Hey everyone, I'm Egoqueenalexis and welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking a look at the Swampboss. How the hell do you pronounce that name?
Skumdrekk.
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 Look at him, he's so adorable.
He's so adorable for a slaver.
Oof.
Yeah, he's problematic.
Yeah, they are. So, this is with the Orc War Clans book itself. And what do you think about the new book, first off?
So, hi everyone, Sterling here.
Hello, Sterling.
I missed my intro. Orc War Clans got their new updated book at the time of recording. Like, it comes out tomorrow. So, it's actually really great. It's not what everyone was scared of, where Kruleboyz were going to be super pushed and the only competitive way to play, but everything's received, like, changes and updates and balances, so...
And some love.
Yeah, everyone's got a little bit of love. Some abilities went away, but they got replaced with other ones, so...
But yeah.
Yeah.
So overall, the book is pretty good.
Book's great. Book's phenomenal.
There was a lot of things that changed, like Mighty Destroyer changed too, didn't it?
Mighty Destroyer changed a little bit, but the big thing is Mad as L for the Iron Jaws is gone. It's not a thing anymore.
I missed.
But you gain, like, fun special abilities, like Brutes have a new ability called You Messin', where
You messin'?
any unit that is lower wounds characteristic than them and is within, I believe it's 3 inches of them, doesn't count when you're figuring out who owns an objective. Because the Brutes are just like, oh, I don't care about you, you're too little.
That makes sense, honestly.
Yeah. The new Path to Glory system with orcs is great. It gives you a lot of fun thematic reasons why your orcs are just gallivanting around or why they would set up a base.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all pretty awesome. But
We're talking about this thing.
we're talking about this boy.
So let's take him out and build him. Wowzers, we are so talented.
Oh, that's great. That was phenomenal. This is just,
So this is the Swampboss itself, and I gotta say, this thing is, for a small box, like this box is surprisingly small.
Yeah. For a small box, it's a fairly large model.
Like, we really thought it was gonna come in a big box.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like Thunder Tusk size, or to put that in like 40k terms for folks, I thought it was going to be like a large battle tank. It's not. Like, he's a big model on a fairly like small imprint base, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Lots of fun details. One kit can build the generic version as well.
And is this the character, right?
This is the character. This is Skumdrekk himself.
Nice.
So Skumdrekk is kind of the pinnacle of the man catchers for the Kruleboyz, and I can't remember the name of the thing that he's riding on, but I've been calling it the Spinosaurus since I saw it. In all fairness, it actually does kind of look like a Spinosaurus. Yeah, it very much looks like one.
Or a giant ground sloth with a horse head.
Oh yeah, ground sloth was also a good example of it. So it is a sludge raker beast.
A sludge raker beast.
Sludge raker beast. But yeah, so Swampboss Skumdrekk, he is the character version of the Snatcha boss, and they are kind of the man catchers and the slavers who run around with a bunch of the hobgrots, kidnapping people and spiriting them away.
Well, that's just rude.
Well, it's not to say that he's like a weedy character. He may not have a lot of attacks himself, but the monster he is riding on does.
All right, let's go over that stat line.
Yeah, okay. So the movement of 8, 4 up save, bravery 6, and he has 15 wounds. The generic has 14 wounds. There's only a 5-point difference between the named character version and the generic version. So,
and the named version can't get relics and junk.
Yeah, named version can't get relics and junk. So it's 320 for Skumdrekk, 315 for the Sludge Raker Beast.
Now, which one do you honestly think is better?
I actually think that Skumdrekk himself is strictly better. And
really?
Here's why. So there's a fun ability that all of the Swamp Bosses have. So Swampboss, Skumdrekk, and the Snatcha boss on Sludge Raker Beast. They have a thing called Snatch and Grab. Snatch and Grab says that once per battle, at the end of combat, you pick an enemy model that isn't on a mount, has a wound characteristic of 7 or less and is within 3 of you. So something that survived being in combat with you, isn't riding on a monster, and is 7 wounds or less. That's a lot of things in this game.
Yes, it is.
Roll 2d6. If you roll higher than the wounds characteristic of that model is slain. It is snatched up and thrown into one of your cages.
Oh, that's so cool.
Skumdrekk is strictly better because for, again, 5 points more, you get an extra wound, and his rule says that you have to either meet or exceed their wounds characteristic. So if 7 is the max you can shoot for anyways, and you're rolling 2d6, 7 is the average. So he grabs pretty much everyone on average rolls. There are very few characters who are 8 or 9 wounds who are not themselves like Titanic monsters, in which case it would make no sense for him to snatch them.
Yeah, you need a bigger him.
Yeah, you need a bigger him, her, they. But the fun thing, too, is that they buff everyone around them. All of your attacks that would normally deal mortal wounds, because you're Kruleboyz and that is your shtick, they deal an extra mortal wound on unmodified rolls of 6s. Sorry, I'd lost the ability to speak for a second there.
It's all good.
That does apply to them as well, because they are wholly within 12 of themselves. So on 6s, these things are dealing like 3 mortal wounds apiece on each attack. And the attacks aren't, like, they're not a slouch at all in combat. This thing has a puke attack, which is real silly. It's got its talons, it's got its tail, and of course the orc riding on the back. The last difference between Skumdrekk and the generics is that Skumdrekk, he's a bookie for the Kruleboyz.
You know who he reminds me of?
Who's that?
The Bullet Farmer.
Oh, sure, yeah. I was going to say Master Blaster.
Yeah, Master Blaster works too.
This guy runs Bartertown.
Doesn't Bartertown become the Bullet Farm?
I don't know. It's
Mad
Max.
I'm not up to date on my Mad Max lore anymore.
I would have to sit down and seriously think about it.
The game is actually canon to the movie.
Yes. I don't know. Well, we'll figure it out anyway.
One day, if you guys really want a Mad Max history video, comment it in the comment section down below.
We will sit down. We'll do the comics. We'll do the novels. We'll do the original Mel Gibson movies. We'll do it all.
I would definitely do that.
I'd be so down because it gives me an excuse to watch them all again.
But yeah, these guys definitely have a Mad Max vibe to them.
Yeah, they do.
Like a fantasy Mad Max.
Especially for being fantasy. The other, this kind of remind me as I was building of like an SCP I was reading about. It's like SCP.
Oh my god, yeah.
With the alligator who regens. I'm sure someone will scream, "It's not an alligator!" I don't care. It's spooky ghost story online. But so I say he's a bookie because he has an ability called the Bet Master. If you take one Hobgrot unit, so something with a Hobgrot keyword, and Skumdrekk, you then make a bet. You pick another friendly unit.
You still have to do a little bit of cleaning up on this miniature.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Although you went together really quickly, right?
Yeah, went together super fast. Like maybe was like a 30-minute build of like dedicated build time.
But getting back to that.
Getting back to that. So you choose a friendly unit. If that friendly unit is the first unit from your army to completely die, you win the bet. And the bet is you get to choose a triumph from the core book and the Journal's Handbook, and you just get to pick one, and you get it, regardless of like if you have more points than your opponent or you already have one triumph. You just get a free triumph.
Is his tongue hanging out of his mouth like an adorable pupper's?
He is. He's the best boy.
Oh my god, he's a Borkers.
He's a Borkers. He's essentially a Borkers. It's taking him for a walk, meeting people, stuff like that. But yeah, so you can get a free reroll charge, a free +1 to wound, a free pass morale when you need it. And you get to pick during the game. So I would not be shocked to see a lot of Orcs players who are thinking of playing Kruleboyz taking Skumdrekk and just really focusing on knowing what the different triumphs are and how they can be used. Because there's a lot of fun abilities in this book, and every single character is worth what you're paying for them.
So this was a 30-minute build. It went together pretty quick.
Pretty quick. No major issues. There's like The only one fiddly bit is the nose on the Sludge Rigger Beast is a separate piece.
Oh, that's just a pain in the butt.
Yeah, so you just gotta track that down, throw it together. But otherwise, everything goes together like super fast. Like even the arms and their sockets initially look like, oh, this is going to be a pain to line up, but they mesh together very beautifully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta say, and I think this box set is going for what, $50?
$55 MSRP. So
yeah, that's actually not bad for how big of a creature you get.
Yeah, it's bigger than a 40k Dreadnought, bigger than most like mounted characters in Age of Sigmar. It's about the same size as some of the Stormcast.
Now you're only really gonna need one for an army, right?
One, maybe two, if you want to run generic, just because it is a bubble effect for their +1 to like mortal wound damage. But
yeah,
that's a personal choice. I really feel like I'm going to take one of these. I have him built up as Skumdrekk, and then you get all the bits for the upper torso of another Snatch and boss, and I just may make like a cool looking kill boss out of him.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
So yeah.
So yeah, thank you for joining me, Sterling. Thank you for going over this beautiful AOS model. It looks absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I can't wait to paint it up and get some swamp water on the base.
And I do want to thank Games Workshop for sponsoring this video, because I forgot to mention that. This was given to me by Games Workshop to do a sponsor. And because I don't collect Kruleboyz, this is now Sterling's.
Yeah.
So, thank you for everyone for watching. And tell me what you think of this Skumboss. It sounds like a terrible, like, 90s bad guy.
Yeah, yes.
I like it. I like it.
Swampboss Skumdrekk. He's an enemy of Captain Planet.
Oh my god, that does sound right. Alright guys, tell me what you think in the comments down below. As always, I'm Egoqueenalexis. I love you guys. Bye.